Hello there. Welcome to A Certain Point of View. Oh man, we're on tonight. We're going to do a bit of an impromptu episode. We did not expect to do one this week. We were going to take a week off this week, but we are in actuality. Some news came today and we just couldn't take a week off. So joining me tonight is my friend, my co-host, Drew Miller / Vengeance.
I couldn't get it put on in time. Like right as you said, I was like, "Oh shoot!" Hello, everybody.
For the audio, hey Drew, what's up, man? For the audio listeners, he just tried to put on a Batman mask. Hey Drew, your mic is making those weird noises, man.
Oh, I bumped it with my leg. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Just letting you know.
I'll turn it down real quick. That'll fix it.
All right. So anyway, we have some big news to talk about tonight, guys. Just spoiler alert, tonight we're talking about John Williams coming back to score at least something for the Obi-Wan show. We'll get into that later. Drew is still making those noises, man. I don't know.
I see it. There's a little light that's flashed on the front of my thing. I don't know what it is. I've got to
It started doing it more when you bumped it, I think.
I'm going to scoot away from it slowly. Dramatically, even. Okay, maybe we're good.
It's still doing it. It's still going.
Give me a second.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to mute you for a sec, and then, yeah. Oh, you already did it. There we go. Okay. So tonight guys, if you're just joining us in the chat, hello, what's up? Please let us know you're here. Hey, Jack. Jack says, step away slowly. Yeah. Drew is having his classic microphone issues tonight. Let's see if it's fixed. Let's see if it's fixed. How's it sounding, Drew?
You tell me.
It sounds great right now.
Yay.
Let's keep it that way.
I tried to find a tabletop microphone mount today for this, but Office Depot didn't have any. I was there for something, and I was like, I don't have time to go to any other stores. So
It's all good, man. It's all good. Well, hey, if you're in the chat, let us know you're there. Jack, I see you for sure. What's up, man?
Hello,
guys,
Jack.
Listen, some news dropped today that the GOAT, the Maestro, the King, John Williams, is returning to Obi-Wan Kenobi, is returning to Star Wars for Obi-Wan Kenobi, at least to score a part of the score for Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you guys, I cannot tell you, like, I didn't think it was real until like it started coming out from like legit legit outlets like Variety and all that. So I can't believe it's real. Like, even if it's just, and we'll get into it more, even if it's just a little bit, we're getting more John Williams in Star Wars. And so I think that's worth celebrating. And we also realized, you guys, I texted the guys last night. I don't know how I did not think about this I don't know how I missed this. John Williams' 90th birthday was I guess it was like a week and a half ago. And we missed it. Like, what's wrong with 90th birthday? I was so mad at myself that I missed it somehow.
How did we miss that?
I don't know. And I'm on Twitter, dude. I don't know. Like, I guess sometimes I go a day or two without checking. And I guess, man, I am really mad at myself for that. But here's the thing. Tonight, we're just going to make this what we're going to do tonight, guys. We're going to talk about the John Williams and Kenobi, news and all that. But we're also going to just celebrate John Williams. We're going to celebrate John Williams. We're going to talk about like our favorite pieces from Star Wars movies. And I want y'all's input too. I am guessing this is from my wife, Facebook user. She says, hi from baby Kanan. So it's not my wife. It's my son. Hey, bud, go to sleep.
Developed so much.
I know, man. It's crazy.
He's typing on a computer.
Yeah, he's like typing away and stuff. He's talking. He's like ready to go, like live streaming. 3 months in, man.
Just
Kanan,
like the old man.
Kanan, I just saw you. You were like screaming. Go back to sleep, bro. Like, seriously. Hey, babe. Thanks for joining us, by the way. So, guys, Drew, let's just start just by saying, I just want to get your just general thoughts on, we're going to talk about the news here in a minute, but like John Williams, like, when I say John Williams, what do you think? Like, what comes to mind? Obviously he did Star Wars, but the man has done like he has over 50 Academy Award nominations. And he's won several. I don't remember how many off the top of my head, but he's over 50 nominations. And he has not, like, if you just named off his most iconic Star Wars scores, you have a long list, a list longer than most composers, you know, have of their legendary scores. But that's just one thing. John Williams has done so many things. So when I say John Williams, what do you think about, Drew?
Perfection.
Nice.
I do not exaggerate when I think from a musical composition standpoint. It is perfection. And you're a music guy far more than me. I'm a music guy, but like self-proclaimed. You're like professionally music guy. But John Williams is actually perfection. I believe that. I mean, who else out there has two notes in a song and you instantly identify the movie series and also the you know, the guy who composed it?
Mm-hmm.
Dum.
Yep.
Two notes. That's it.
And you got a villain.
And you got a villain. Nice reference there.
Yeah, dude. The Holiday.
Great movie right there.
Which is scored by Hans Zimmer, which is also a great score. Very
Legendary.
understated score. But yeah. So Drew, like, if I was to say, and chat, I want y'all, I just posted in the chat. If I was to say, what is your favorite non-Star Wars John Williams score, what would you say? Drew, let's just go ahead with you and we'll read the chat as we get some.
Mine is going to be Jurassic Park, the main theme.
Mm.
It is,
yes.
It's beautiful. Like, if you've never seen Jurassic Park and you heard that song, you'd be like, is this from a wedding? I mean, maybe it's that beautiful and deep, and that's just the main theme for like the beauty of Jurassic Park. And I just think about that part where they drive and they're in the Jeep, and you know, Alan takes off the glasses and grabs Ellie's head and like turns her, and they look, and all of a sudden the score just kind of like it's building up and it swells, and it's just blah. I mean, that's my favorite. That's my favorite one, I would say, for John Williams. Other than, honestly, I'm gonna say my second place might have to be the Indy Jones theme.
Yeah, dude.
It's just so
iconic,
much fun.
Man. Like it's there's just a few. I mean, dude, John Williams has so many that you could be like you just say the word and you just instantly get it in your head. Indiana Jones. Dun, 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 dun. Jaws. Dun, dun, like Jurassic Park. Dun, 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 like it's right here at the top of my head. I can instantly think of it. It's iconic, and those aren't even the Star Wars ones. Like
Harry Potter as well. He did the
Harry Potter. Yep.
He didn't do them all, but he did like the first few, right?
The first few. Yeah, I believe he did the first three, at least the first two for sure. Like he is responsible for the classic Harry Potter theme. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So he's responsible for some of the best Harry Potter music ever, for sure. He also did Superman. And off the top of my head, I've seen that movie the least. So but it's also iconic. There it is. Yep, right there. And yeah, E.T., Schindler's List, not the most happy of movies, but so many. There's so many themes that he has done. It's insane. And he is iconic. I probably would pretty much agree with you, Drew, about Jurassic Park. There's something about that score. Just like Star Wars, what it does is it takes us from, like, this movie's already like beautifully visualized anyway. It takes us to a place where dinosaurs exist, and it takes us to this place, and in a believable fashion, you know. But the music that John Williams composed for it takes us to this place that is like, this is like, it's like when we're watching this movie, this could be real. I can't believe this. This is magical. Like, it transports us to another place. And John Williams is the king at that. Like, he's just the best. So I could go on and on about it, but this is a Star Wars podcast. So why don't we jump into some more? Oh, Curry, what's up, dude? Curry says he did Home Alone. He did Home
Indeed.
Alone. Absolutely, he did. And that is dun, 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 dun. Yep.
I'm tone deaf tonight. My
Great
throat's sore.
choice. Curry, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, and if you guys please in the chat, what is your favorite non-Star Wars John Williams score? Curry says Home Alone and Harry Potter have some similar riffs here and there. And listen, every composer borrows a little bit from themselves. You can definitely hear there's certain things that are like, oh, that's so John Williams. It's crazy. Like, or like there's a specific sound that he has. Same with Hans Zimmer, same with Michael Giacchino, same with all of the best ones. They borrow from the even to some extent. Sometimes it's like they rip themselves off. Like I don't know if you've listened. There is the Pirates of the Caribbean and Gladiator have one specific track, and I can't remember the name of it, but they have a major crossover. like it's almost like he totally ripped himself off. And look, you can, but every composer does it. Every artist has a thing that's like their thing. And when you do, gosh, Hans Zimmer, John Williams, they've done so many movies, it's impossible to not cross over a little bit. But dude, Curry, you're absolutely right. Harry Potter and Home Alone have similar. There's a specific like a bell and like a Christmassy kind of a vibe to it. Even that Harry Potter has, and they feel similar in a lot of ways. I feel like part of it's just John Williams magic, though. I don't feel like he totally rips himself off. I feel like it's just his vibe that is evident, And
Nobody's ever said you can't copy your own homework. Come on.
It's true.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't have it in my head, but I remember Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, its little score being like just as iconic as like the regular Indy theme. I just don't remember it. It's like
clearly it's not quite as iconic.
It's been so long since I've watched Temple of Doom, but
me too, man.
I remember it being so good though.
The Temple of Doom has always been my least favorite. Well, it was until Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, which the first part of that movie is not bad. Like I actually enjoy the first part when it becomes evident what's happening. Oh, dude.
And I love Indy Jones, and I own the movie Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I've never opened it.
Oh my gosh, that's actually amazing. So for me, I actually enjoy the majority of the movie. It's one of those things where the ending, it doesn't happen often for me, but every now and then you come across a movie where the ending kind of ruins the whole movie. And Indiana Jones did that. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull totally did that for me. It was like, that's where we're going, Steven Spielberg. Really? It's very interesting choice. Some very interesting choices there. But honestly, it's just one of those things, It's but it's not as bad. I honestly think I might enjoy that one more to watch than I enjoy Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is like this, really, it's a lot darker for an Indiana Jones movie,
Hey, lady, you call him Dr. Jones.
I forgot about that.
Sure.
Curry says Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is really decent in the first half. It gets whacked in the second half in places. Yeah, Curry, I totally agree, man. And Curry says minus mini fridge nuclear survival kit. There's this one point in the movie, Drew, where Indy hides in a refrigerator, and this is the first part. He hides in a refrigerator from a nuclear bomb, and he survives.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on, that's great. But anyway, so guys, we've been talking about John Williams. We've been talking about our favorite non-Star Wars John Williams, and I guess we just started talking about Steven Spielberg naturally as well. And listen, John Williams had so much to do with the success of Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. And I want to plug a podcast really quick. Anytime I get the chance, I do. there is a podcast called the Blockbuster Podcast. And it's kind of it's like an audio documentary almost. It's like something you would watch on the History Channel, except you're just listening to it. There's voice acting. Someone scores it. It's really well done. But they do the first season that they do, and it's only like 6 episodes, guys. It's really great. But the first season that they do is George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and John Williams and how they all kind of came up together and how important John Williams was to both of those guys. And Drew, are you just discovering something?
Yeah, I while you were talking about that podcast, which I need to look up because
it's great.
We were on a cruise a few years ago, and they had movie score trivia, and I won. It was me and my wife Holly. We were on a team by ourselves, and everybody else was in like teams of like 6 and like struggling. I won basically by myself, except she gave me one answer it was something I didn't recognize. I went 9 for 10, and the closest person was at like 5. We destroyed them. I'm just discovering a few that I maybe forgot John Williams did, and I wanted to just rip those off real quick. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep, he did.
I'd forgotten about that one. Saving Private Ryan. JFK.
Which I haven't seen that one.
I've not either, but I know it's an iconic movie. The Patriot. I'd forgotten.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he did that one too.
Yes.
Heath Ledger. Oh my gosh.
Artificial Intelligence.
Haven't seen that one.
It wasn't a great movie, but it was one of those early 2000s sci-fi movies that did okay. Hook.
Yes, that is like the score to Hook is so good. Oh my gosh. You know, people hate on Hook, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what is there are literally I've talked to a few people, not a lot. Most people that I've talked to love it. But I've talked to real people that actually think it's one of Steven Spielberg's worst movies, and I do not understand. Drew, Curry says Jaws. We talked about Jaws. Don't worry. We definitely brought up Jaws.
We just don't talk about Jaws 4.
I've never seen Jaws 4.
I mean, it has Michael Caine. That's the redeeming quality of the movie.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
But yeah. I mean, the list just goes on, dude. You can just go on and on about the movies he has scored.
Who doesn't like Hook? Send them. I will give them my address, and I will fight them in a Denny's parking lot tonight.
You heard the man.
the challenge is out there, and I will bring.
Oh, gosh.
I will bring the big toys with me. Okay,
dude, show it off.
Oh, okay. I have to
show it off. Come on. You gotta turn it off first. You gotta be safe.
I don't know how I'm displaying it, so I've got this weird like thing it came with. Okay,
Drew got a new toy, y'all.
So it is the Hasbro Black Series Force Effects Luke Skywalker saber, and it's like this is like steel, like this is like legit. Actually, it's probably aluminum, honestly, but it's heavy, it's metal, it's not plastic, and it is very bright and beautiful. I just lit up this whole room with it, and it's
dude, it's so beautiful. I'm like,
and it's from my favorite Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. And one of my favorite moments, Luke and all of his stuff with his new lightsaber. And I got a deal on this today from some dude on Facebook Marketplace. So thank you, random person.
Yes, you did. Hey, Drew, would you mind carrying this for a second and let me get off of here for a second? And my wife needs me with the baby really quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can talk to the chat if there's anyone going, but I will be right back.
Don't worry, me and Curry are just going to talk about Godzilla while you're gone.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm kidding. Well, maybe. I don't know. Well, hello, chat. I've never had this off and running by myself. Hope all of you are doing well tonight. I know Jack and Curry have been here chatting. I don't know if anybody's came over from YouTube or even if we're live over on that side. But if you have any other John Williams scores that you want to mention that are non-Star Wars, bring those up. We've talked about some of the legendary ones that John Williams has done. So many. I mean, even without Star Wars, it's funny. John Williams has Star Wars that could carry his entire legacy. And then he also, even without Star Wars, he has a whole other Hall of Fame legacy for himself. It's incredible. The man is, I say, perfection. Yes, Curry, we should talk about Godzilla, because Godzilla is another franchise filled with legendary compositions and scores. And you know which one is stuck in my head right now? Miriabi's Prayer from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, the song that she sings to awaken King Caesar on Okinawa. What a great song that is. I need to send that to Michael and get his opinion on it. Thickzilla. Oh, do we need to show it off to the camera? Of course we do. We're probably going to lose viewers, so whatever. Actually, here's what we'll do. Just as soon as Michael, imagine when Michael walks back in, we're just going to be doing this. Just, there he is. Perfect timing.
Sweet Jesus.
He'd only been up there for like 3 seconds. I said, just as soon as Michael walks back in, we're going to do it. But really, imagine if John Williams carried the Godzilla score, but it was done so perfectly. I asked if anybody had any other ones, and they didn't. And then we jokingly said, let's talk about Godzilla. And Curry, of course, jumped right on board.
I had no doubt that that's exactly what y'all would be talking about.
There is a song from one of my all-time favorite Godzilla movies that I need to send to you later and just get your reaction from it.
Okay.
they had a... I agree, yeah. When Curry comes to Arkansas, we'll watch King of the Monsters. And we can stop it every 30 seconds and be like, here's the fan service, here's the Easter egg.
Good Lord.
Just kidding, we won't do that.
I've told Curry this from like so many times. I watched leading up to Godzilla versus Kong because I was actually excited about it. I did watch the Godzilla movie, which I actually did like the newer one.
The 2014 with Bryan Cranston, that's a good one. I like it.
I actually did really like it. And then I watched Kong Skull Island.
Very good.
I did not care for that one very much. But then I did watch Godzilla versus Kong, but I never saw King of the Monsters. And Curry has been bugging me so much about it. He really wants me to watch it, and I'm just like, dude, I'm down to watch it, but at the same time, I just don't care. I want to care, but I just don't. But hey, listen, I love you guys, so maybe I'll watch it. I guess I can watch it. We're sure fitting a lot into a couple of days here. By the way, yeah, for our audio listeners and for the podcast, we are going to be here in a couple of weeks, the first week of March. Curry who lives in North Carolina, right, Curry? No, Curry lives in North Carolina.
Redacted.
And Curry lives in North Carolina, but the rest of us live in Arkansas. And so Curry is actually going to come to Arkansas. We're going to watch me, Josh, Drew, and Curry are all going to go to the theater and watch the Batman together. And we're also going to figure out something to do while we're all together for the podcast. I don't know what yet, but we're going to figure out something to do. And so I'm really excited. We're going to have some form of a live, some form of a podcast where we're all, at least as many of us as we can get in the same room together. So I'm really excited for that. We haven't decided what we're going to do yet. So if y'all have any ideas, let us know. Let's get back to it. And yeah, Curry says, good thing I can force you in person. And Curry says, North Cara drizzle.
Gangster.
Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of the Batman, I'm sorry to interject you real quick.
Go for it.
On John Williams' birthday, can we shout out Michael Giacchino, who is scoring the Batman, who is, I would like to say, heavily inspired from John Williams since Rogue One?
Oh, he absolutely is heavily inspired. My favorite Michael Giacchino score still to this day, and he's done a variety of different types of scores. He did The Incredibles, like super jazzy James Bond type score. He did Ratatouille. He did Up. He's done Star Trek. He's done Rogue One. He's done Spider-Man. He's done Doctor Strange. He's done like so many different kinds of movies. Super 8. But my favorite score to this day from Michael Giacchino is Lost.
I didn't know he did that.
The score to Lost, dude. And it was at the time, it was the first, if I'm not mistaken, because the vast majority of the time, or maybe all the time at this point, you know, this is like 2003, 2004, like TV scores, they didn't invest in that really. Like they did not invest in an orchestra, a live orchestra to play. That most of it was synthesized, you know, kind of like video games, that kind of a thing. And so, or you would just use like songs or whatever. So Lost actually was at least one of the first shows to actually use an orchestra, and like they used parts of the plane wreckage as percussion, as percussive instruments. And it's super unique, super bizarre sometimes, but also Lost has some of the most beautiful, like emotional music. So I highly recommend, I mean, you get the best taste of it if you just go listen to the themes, or just go listen to the soundtrack or the score of Lost season 1. You'll hear some of the best of the entire show. It's so good.
I just need to watch it eventually.
You do. You definitely do. But dude, I mean, it's so hard to catch up on old shows nowadays. Like there's so much content we have to watch now that's new. And you know, you have to pick, and dude, Lost is a commitment. There 3 seasons of it have like 22 episodes each, and then the last 3 seasons are more like, you know, 14 to 17 episodes in the seasons. And so like it's a big commitment. It's not like, yeah, it's like 8 episodes, you know, 6 seasons of 8 episodes. No, it's like back when seasons used to be really long. And Curry, I know you're joking, but he says, how dare you slander iconic video game music? There was no slander. In fact, that's where Michael Giacchino got his start, was on video game music. I believe he did Call of Duty. I could be wrong. I think he did Call of Duty. But you can fact check me on that one if you want. But no, I'm just saying the majority of the time, like video game music, it was more synthesized strings. It wasn't real live orchestra, and they invested the money into that. So yeah, it's yeah. And he says, whoa, I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah, dude, Michael Giacchino is the man.
Whoa.
But whoa. So hey, let's get into the news of the night, okay? And then what I want to do after that is, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about Kenobi. We're gonna talk about John Williams, and we're gonna talk about all that. But we're also later going to just celebrate our favorite John Williams Star Wars scores, and we're not doing like a rankings episode or anything like that. We're just gonna talk about some of our favorite stuff that he's ever done. And then, you know, we're not gonna make this a super long episode or anything like that, but we're just having fun, you know, just talking and celebrating John Williams tonight. So now, but while we do this, I'm going to pull up this, and I want to read something from Variety, because Variety actually did come out with something earlier. Let's see right here. All right. So I'm going to move this over here so I can still see everything. All right. Okay, so Variety came out with something earlier, an article that says, more than 2 years after completing his 9th Star Wars movie, composer John Williams is returning to the Jedi fold with a theme for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Variety has learned. Williams has written the musical signature for the continuing adventures of the character played by Ewan McGregor, airing on Disney Plus beginning May 25th. He recorded last week with a Los Angeles orchestra under tight security, sources say. Let's see. I believe so. Hey, here's something right here. He also wrote the theme for Solo: A Star Wars Story in 2018, and Disneyland's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge theme park in 2019. The latter won him the most recent Grammy, one of 6 awarded for his Star Wars compositions over the years. So yeah, just 6 Grammys, no big deal. So yeah, he has done some stuff outside of the trilogy, you know, he's done Star Wars. He did Galaxy's Edge. He did a little bit of solo with John Powell, who, by the way, does not get enough love. John Powell's score for Solo is so good. If y'all have not heard that,
I shouted him out just last night on another podcast for
oh
being criminally non-talked about.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's phenomenal. He does not get enough love
the
for
Emphas Nest theme in particular, where it's like it's like kind of angelic choir type thing going on.
It's so good. And Curry hits it on the head. He says, if I wasn't already excited for Kenobi, I'm over the moon now. And here's the thing, I was already over the moon, so I don't know where I am at this point. I'm like somewhere in a whole nother part of the galaxy. I'm over Venus, I guess. I don't know.
Or Tatooine.
Or I'm over Tatooine. Yeah, the two suns over there. Guys, here's the thing. I don't know if this is John Williams just returning to do, you know, it says specifically, sorry, 1 second. It says, has written the musical, John Williams has written the musical signature for the continuing adventures of the character played by Ewan McGregor. So, like, I guess the question is, I don't think it's super clear, although we could speculate. The question is did he write the theme music like at the beginning of the episode? You know what I mean? Like, did he write the music that's going to play at the beginning of each episode as the theme? Or did he write something that, like, a theme that's going to be used in the show actually dramatically or whatever? I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. But here's the thing, man. If we get 1 minute of John Williams music in this show, I'm like over the moon excited about it. If we get 30 seconds of it, if he just does the opening theme, I will be so happy. And because we will always have that to listen to. And Drew, what are your thoughts here, dude? Whenever you saw this, what was your reaction and how do you feel?
I immediately screenshot it. I gave it a screenshot and sent it to all of y'all, and I said, take this with a grain of salt, but something's happening, because it was from it was from like one of those like Twitter sources, you know, like
yeah,
Twitter sources, but this source was followed by a pretty good source, and I said, okay. And then like an hour later, boom, that's like when Variety and all these other people started hitting it, and it's it's so incredible because I can't pick a better person to handle the theme in the scoring. At least maybe, I don't know if he like helped oversee or maybe an advisor for this, or if he just did the theme song, or if there's going to be like an Obi-Wan hook, kind of like the Force theme that we hear. Like, is there going to be like the Obi-Wan theme that we kind of hear? And what I'm going to do immediately is go back and watch parts of A New Hope and like try to dissect. Does Obi-Wan have the prequels? Does Obi-Wan have some sort of like light hook or like kind of like light theme somewhere that we've missed that's kind of underwritten? You'd be actually the perfect person to hear that. So I'm over the Twin Suns. I'm over Mustafar, Camino,
all
Takodana.
of the planets.
I mean, even I'm all the way over.
You're in wild space.
Canto Bight. I'm everywhere. I'm in unknown, the unknown regions of space, looking for the Yuuzhan Vong and Thrawn and everybody. I'm out there, man. I didn't think I could be more excited for this show.
Yeah, man.
And here I am. Unless they announce tomorrow. By the way, Liam Neeson's going to appear as a Force Ghost, but I really want that to be a secret that they just like spring on us. I've talked about that.
Yeah, don't tell us
detail.
everything.
Yeah, don't tell us everything. Like, I don't want to. I'm to the point. I don't want a trailer. I don't need it.
I'm not there, man. I need a trailer right now. I am not one of these people who doesn't want a trailer before they watch anything. I want all the trailers.
This is
I want them all.
This is just the one that I'm okay with going in blind for. Like, if they release it, I'm going to watch it. I have no self-control.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. For me, it's usually like, okay, the trailer, the job of a trailer is to excite me one way or another for the show or the movie, right? It's to either bring up my level of anticipation or if it's not a good trailer, it might bring it down. Here's the thing. my level of anticipation cannot get any higher. I don't think it can. I guess it could if the trailer's good enough. But for me, I don't need it for that. I just need it because I need to see something from the show. I need to see anything from the show. The poster got me through, like the poster alone has gotten me through these last couple of weeks. But like, now hearing this news, knowing that we're getting Hayden Christensen in the show, knowing that we're getting we're going to be getting oh gosh, what's the guy that plays Uncle Owen in the prequels? I am forgetting his name.
I just saw his name earlier on Twitter, and here I am blanking on it right now.
Hold on just a second. IMDb.
Joel
Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. Who's Joel McHale? That's somebody else.
That's a very different person.
Wait, isn't he from Community?
Yeah. Jeff Winger. Joel McHale is Jeff Winger.
I got Joel right. Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Dude, oh my gosh, that's very funny to me. Oh my gosh. Curry did get it. Curry got it. Joel Edgerton.
Bingo, bango, Curry.
Okay, so a couple things. Curry says, I read it reported from others as the Obi-Wan theme. Yeah, and dude, but the thing is that, like, how do we take that? And maybe you're asking that too, but like, how do we take that? Does that mean the theme for Obi-Wan when he's like in like a specific theme for him in the show when something happens? Or does the Obi-Wan theme mean like, does the Obi-Wan theme mean something more like the intro music, kind of like, kind of like Ludwig did for Boba Fett? He did just the theme and then a couple of small things for the show. So is he going to do something like that? I don't know, but either way, I'm super pumped. And then Curry also says, I just need Duel of the Fates when Vader and Kenobi meet again. What if he did a new mix of it? Dude, I mean,
actually, I think you mean Battle of the Heroes.
Do you mean Battle of the Heroes, or could you do Duel of the Fates and it could be super poetic? Like, because I mean,
totally
it could be awesome too.
They could lightsaber duel to Billy Joel's Uptown Girl, and I'm gonna eat 10 pounds of popcorn crying while I watch it. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't be as good, but
I'm saying. Ash said, hey Ash, how you doing?
Hi,
Ash. Ash says, Blue Elephant, where be Jess? Yeah, so I'm Blue Elephant. For those who are listening to the audio version later, I'm Max Rebo. Jess was not able to be here. This whole thing tonight was totally impromptu. So Drew was the only one who could hop on with me tonight. Everyone else was busy because literally I was like, probably, what was it, Drew? Like 6 o'clock. I was like, who wants to hop on and talk Obi-Wan and talk John Williams? So it was very late notice. I can't believe Drew was even able to do this. So yeah, unfortunately, Jess could not join us tonight, but we do miss her.
We'll tell her you said hello.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay, so Curry says, I took as the theme for the show overall. Yeah, and dude, seriously, if that's the case, I'm like, just this perfect for me. I'm over the moon about it. Although I would be over the moon about whatever, like just anything he touches for this show.
If it is so the excited. Theme, if it is the theme unreleased, it's already better than any other original theme we've gotten. Combined Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian are two incredible themes, but John Williams doing Obi-Wan would already be better than it.
I'm pumped about it because, like, if that's the case, because here's the thing: think about, like, for me at least, to me at least, both Mando and Boba Fett's opening like credit music is perfection. Like, it's so good. Every time the shows, both of them start, I'm just like as soon as that opening credit starts, I'm like, I am in, like, I'm here. And it's partially because of the music. It's perfect. So hearing John Williams do that and maybe do like the closing credits would be great for me to have that. And that would be the music that I hear from this show more often than any other music, right? Because we'd hear it at the beginning and the end of every episode. So I would be totally down with that. Although I would also love to see him do something just really emotional in the show. So, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's like kind of some of both. you know. Thoughts on any of that, Drew?
Whatever we get, I'm gonna be so happy with. But I'm wanting it to be like the theme, like the score, like the main title. That's what I want.
Okay.
Because like as iconic as John Williams' work is during the Star Wars movies, think about the opening and always the finale of each Star Wars movie. You know it's there. It's the bookend for the movies, and it's perfect. So to have that continue in the show for Obi-Wan, who is one of the penultimate characters of did I say penultimate? The ultimate top tier like Star Wars characters.
Penultimate.
Yeah,
Not quite the ultimate, but
I'm struggling. I'm struggling tonight, guys. Oh my goodness. It was it's been a wild week. Most of my family is in Tampa for a work thing. Yeah, Tampa, and I'm here by myself running our
in
workshop
Arkansas.
and dealing with everything. And like I don't mind it. I'm good at what I'm doing, but I'm not in Tampa for a week with all the other carnival mafia, so I'm just a little sad about that. But I want it to be going back. I want it to be the main theme, opening and closing credits. That would be my choice.
If I was to put any money on it at all, like, and I wouldn't, but if I was to put $1 on it, I probably would choose that's what's going to happen. That's just my prediction. But hey, we'll see. So, Jackson Stump from YouTube says, "Hey, it's me from YouTube. What's up, dude?"
It's H2 that we still haven't found a way to unblock from the chat.
It's H2? Wait, are you blocked still, H2? Because I thought I unblocked you. Maybe I didn't do it right. Oh no. So hey, Jackson, I'm really glad you're here somehow. I'm really glad you're here somehow, man. Feel so bad.
We appreciate you being here, buddy. We really do.
Seriously, dude. Thank you so much for being here any way you can. We will, you know what? I'm gonna have you've been blocked. Sweet Lord. Well, here's the thing, Jackson, and I'm being dead serious. I did absolutely that night try to unblock you, and I thought I did. And I thought maybe you just haven't been here. And so, like, I genuinely did try. I am so sorry, but I'm glad you're here in this way. We will get this fixed. We will get this fixed. You made me snort, man. I'm so sorry. I need to like send you a gift or something.
I've been falling for 30 minutes. When he put his comment, that's all I can think of in my head.
For 30 minutes. Oh gosh, man, I feel so bad. Jackson says, "I don't care anymore. I just don't have cool H2 name." That's true. Yeah, I mean, hey, Jackson's a cool name to me, but
that is a cool name.
So Curry says, "Good point, but it's both. Battle of the Heroes and Duel of the Fates both play during the Mustafar duel." That's true. They both do play.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about that. So boom.
I think Ash is going to pick on me tonight instead of you.
I don't know.
Instead of Blue Elephant, I'm now white. You're Blue Elephant. I'm White Kit Kat. So maybe I'm going to get bullied tonight. I mean, I can take it a little bit. It's okay.
Ash says, "Action Jackson." Yes.
Classic.
So we're dreaming about this show. I'm super, like, honestly, I hope I'm not setting myself up for failure. Or for disappointment with this show, because honestly, my level of anticipation has not been this high for any Disney Star Wars before. Except for maybe like The Last Jedi, when we were riding that Force Awakens high, and pretty much the majority of people were happy, and like we were all excited to see what was happening next and all that stuff. Like, all that, I remember that being a great time. I remember when The Mandalorian was coming out and how excited we all were, but I also don't think even I was that hyped. I was definitely hyped for The Mandalorian, but I was not this hyped. I am over the moon. We've been waiting for something with Obi-Wan for so long. And to me, like, I've talked to Drew, tell me how you feel about this, because I'm actually curious where your level of excitement is for this, because I know Book of Boba Fett was just right up your alley. You loved it from beginning to end, right? Like, you were all in from start to finish. And so for me, Book of Boba Fett was not super my vibe. I really liked it at times, and I was scratching my head at other times. And but overall, I would say I liked it more than I didn't like it, for sure. I would give it a positive score if I was to rate it, which I'm not going to. But if I'm looking on this docket, what's coming up, I look at Obi-Wan and I look at that poster and I think about the deep emotional thematic elements and potential for dramatic storytelling in this mini series, basically a long movie. I don't know. This is my jam, y'all. Like this is why I love The Last Jedi. It's why I love the stuff with Luke in The Last Jedi. It's why I love stuff like in Star Wars Visions, like The Village Bride, like the slowest short of all of them. Like that one is so slow, but it's my favorite. It's just something about the way the emotional side of it, the deep thematic storytelling of it all. This is the kind of thing I am foreseeing with the Obi-Wan show, and I can't stop thinking about it. Where are you with this, Drew? And did this news today raise that expectation for you, raise that anticipation level?
I nearly was talking to strangers about this today. Like, I went to Office Depot to send something, and I was near like, "Hey, did you hear John Williams coming back to do the Obi-Wan thing?" It was like, I don't even know why. I was like, and then like I went to lunch with a friend of mine, and it's like all I could talk about. And it led to like a 45-minute Star Wars discussion. So that was
That's
incredible.
awesome. I love that.
I am Obi-Wan is, ever since the Disney era of Star Wars, this is my number 2 most anticipated project right now. And
Other
I
than
say
what?
that The Force Awakens was my number 1 because we had that long drought after the prequels and everything.
Right.
Where we just had some like Star Wars video games and stuff like that. And I was teaching at the time. I know, like, frightening. I used to educate the youths of America, but it was only for like 2 years.
The youth of the nation.
Thank you, POD, for that.
Yeah.
No, I was not a bad teacher. I moved on to a career that I had planned for a very long time. So we'll talk about that later. I stopped a class and we watched the Force Awakens trailer on loop for 30 minutes. I mean, it wasn't an
I did the
overly
same
important
thing.
class. It was a study hall.
That's
like,
dude, that's so cool though. I love
whatever.
that. That's so cool.
It is right now, it is the most excited I've been about something in Star Wars, like way more than Boba Fett. I was excited for Boba Fett, but I knew at the same time that show was going to be limited in what it can do because it's Boba Fett. Like, he's cool, but you can only do so much. There's a lot you can do with the character, but at the same time, not so much you can do with the character. You're both limited and open at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. But with Obi-Wan, here's what I'm ready for. 2 words: emotional damage. I'm ready to be wrecked and just hurt by this show because of the beautiful, wonderful, deep storylines they're going to be able to go into. Obi-Wan has his mission on Tatooine. He is to look over Luke and make sure that somehow, some way, he gets him involved and that he shows him the way of the Force. He's going to fight self-doubt along the way because Owen Lars wants Obi-Wan to have nothing to do with him. He wants Luke to be a miserable moisture farmer his entire life, just like he is. He just wants to drag him down with him. Obi-Wan's going to struggle with his failure. You were my brother. I loved you. I failed you, Anakin. He's going to struggle. He's going to be at some. We're going to see Obi-Wan in a deep, dark place that people weren't ready to see Luke Skywalker in. That's one of their complaints. I'm with you on. I love all Star Wars, but The Last Jedi has really climbed the list for me. They weren't ready for that with Luke, I guess. We are with Obi-Wan. We're ready to see that because we have his whole arc, and now we're just going to explore a part of Obi-Wan's life that is going to be. We might see him in some tough places. Now we also might see him crusading around and going on adventures while Inquisitors chase him. I think we get a little bit of both, but like I've said from the beginning, I think the closing shot of the show nearly needs to be the twin sons sitting in Obi-Wan's little hobo hermit hut on the outskirts of the Dune Sea. and he is in there looking down at Anakin's saber, and he's saying, "I failed you, Master. I can't get to Luke." And all of a sudden, Liam Neeson pops up out of nowhere. "Don't forget, Anakin was the chosen one. We cannot give up on Luke." That wasn't a good Liam Neeson, but I want that to happen. So to get back to your original question, they asked me like 4 minutes ago. I've been rambling, giving Curry goosebumps. Woo! I was on it. I was really feeling this question here. This is the most anticipated for a Star Wars project I've been in a long time. Like combine Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, maybe even like a movie or two here or there. The Obi-Wan series has me so incredibly excited for Star Wars content, and they're nailing the marketing. What marketing do they need? It's Obi-Wan. It's friggin' Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just like, hey, we're having an Obi-Wan show on the 25th is coming out. Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right, I'm watching it. Thank you. I can't wait. I don't need anything else now. Whatever they give us, I'm going to be happy with that poster where he's walking in the
guys,
desert. It looks like there's like a storm. It's just, ugh.
I'm trying to make it to where just that is on the screen. There we go. That's a little better, right? No, yeah, not really. No, that's not helping at all. No. So, oh, it did help. Good. Okay. So yeah, it looks weird, but guys, look at that poster. Like that poster is everything that I want.
Would you just look at it?
That poster is everything. Am I frozen to anyone else? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're not moving. Neither is the screen. Maybe I'm frozen.
Okay. Well, let me see here. Let's.
Is my head moving? Oh wait, the screen's moving now.
Hopefully
Our tech support Ash is in here.
Remove. Thankfully. I'm not sure what's happening.
We don't know what to do with our hands.
I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Well, hopefully, right click the image. Yeah, I probably could have done that. Also, I'm still frozen, right? What's going on here?
I don't know, man. Am I can you still hear me?
Here, I'm gonna come.
Am I moving? Oh, now I'm alone on the screen.
There we go.
No, you're still frozen.
I'm still frozen. Okay, let's try that.
I mean, at least you're not frozen like that or anything like that. Hey, now you're smiling. Just hey. Screen's black now. It's
I don't know what to do.
Oh, well, my face will not carry this show throughout the evening, but I will try my darndest, because guess what? Apparently my monologue was very inspiring and emotionally riveting to the crowd, according to
Curry says
Jackson and Curry.
Curry says exit, turn camera off, back on, then go back in. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Drew, interact with the chat while I do this. Okay?
I'll catch us up in comments.
Perfect.
So here's something I did not know. According to our friend Ash from YouTube and Twitter, the Force theme was originally Obi-Wan's theme. I'm not being a smart aleck, but I need to know proof of that, because if true, that will be my number, like top 5 favorite piece of Star Wars trivia, because that is incredible if true. And thank you for sharing it regardless, because it honestly fits perfectly. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Jackson, you can't see other messages because Ash is commenting from YouTube, and you're just going to be seeing the Facebook comments. So you should be able to see Curry's comments. Ash says The Lost World is her favorite non-Star Wars John Williams score. Thank you, because I think The Lost World is the second best scored Jurassic Park behind the original. Don't go into the long grass. Like that whole scene, anything with the raptors. And like the movie even takes a weird left turn when they go to San Diego, but the scoring is still absolutely wonderful. And like probably the most chill inducing of the Star Wars movies would be The Lost World with the score. Hey, you're back, you moved, and you're frozen again. Never educated you in first grade. No, I taught 8th through 12th grade in a variety of subjects. Drew giving me goosebumps. Curry, at your service, my friend. I was really, really feeling that whole monologue, and I'm very passionate about wanting to see or hear Liam Neeson's appearance in this show. Michael is hopping in and out here. It's really incredible to watch, guy. Was that Qui-Gon Jinn? And you're going to put some respect on Liam Neeson. I'll grab his Lego. It's up there, but I can't reach it. I could grab the bobblehead back here easily. Curry says he walked off a cliff on Halo 2 because I was enraptured by Drew's monologue. Curry, former drama club president at your service. I can and will deliver. It's glorious. Blue Alpha is frozen in carbonite. Indeed, Ash. One man show. I don't know if I can carry us with just this, but if we can at least hear Michael's voice. I mean,
can you hear my voice?
Yeah, we can totally hear your voice. Yeah.
I'm going all Drew Travares here.
It works. I was just about caught up on all the comments there.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. I mean, not that I'm much to look at anyway, but I mean, I always think it's weird when it's just this. But anyway, whatever. It's all good.
If this handsome mug gets too much to look at for anybody, we have the Kylo Ren mask available to hide me.
It's true.
And then we also have Vengeance to hide me if we need anything. So if you ask me to put a helmet on, I'm gonna say no because I'm beautiful, just like Christina Aguilera said. Words cannot bring me down.
Well done.
I'm not gonna sing it though. Oh, sheesh. So Ash typed Jess on all caps, but she's not here.
Jess!
She's trying to summon her.
Yeah, she is.
Kenobi.
I know. We missed Jess, but she's not coming tonight, Ash. I'm sorry. She's not coming. So let's look at, she also says, Jackson says, Liam Neeson seems like someone everybody wants back. And I think that's accurate. Well, here's why. It's not just because it is a great cameo, right? Like, it would be a great cameo, of course. But the thing about it is, think about the emotional weight that would be, that would add to the show. Think about the narrative purpose that could serve on this show. I think it could be absolutely special if Liam Neeson comes back as a Force ghost. It would really, really work for me.
It wouldn't be fan service. Not one bit would it be fan service, because episode 3, Yoda tells Obi-Wan, I have training for you. And it was like, Qui-Gon has learned to commune from beyond the grave, which was solidified masterfully in Yoda's arc and, Clone Wars Season 6. So to me, it's like, why wouldn't we have that? I don't think it's like a crazy fan theory, and nor would it be fan service unless it was like something stupid or like a Qui-Gon flashback. It would need to be them communing with each other, like from Qui-Gon beyond the grave, or him visiting, because that's his power. He's currently at that time the only Jedi that can do that. So we need to see him flex that power.
To me, it could work either way, man. Like, I could totally see Obi-Wan like alone on Tatooine and just like in the desert, how just all of those thoughts and feelings and all of that trauma from what just happened. He's just in the desert by himself, and he has these memories from when he was Qui-Gon's student, and he has these this advice, this wisdom that Qui-Gon gave him. Like, maybe, I think that could be super powerful too in a flashback. But I mean, there's nothing quite like the idea of Force Ghost Qui-Gon coming into the fold here.
I think every Star Wars fan at one point, we all have at least one or two Jedi that we've craved to see as a Force Ghost, and the top 2 answers on the board are Anakin during the sequels and Qui-Gon during this time right now.
Yeah.
So,
oh man,
a minute ago, Ash made a comment that the Binary Sunset, like the Force theme, was originally like Obi-Wan's theme, and then it kind of grew into like the Force theme. And I was like, I'm not a smart aleck, but can you like prove that further for me? And it seems that this is like from somewhere, and if that is true, that is incredible, and I think it fits perfectly, and it's like an incredible piece of Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, and I think, and I don't know. Well, here, let's read this. Is this the comment that she left that I have up here?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So yeah, so what I'm thinking is that could very well be the case. Maybe that started as Obi-Wan's theme, or maybe just that theme, that Force theme, kind of encompassed anyone that had to do with the Force in A New Hope. You know what I mean? Like, because Obi-Wan is the Force. Obi-Wan explains the Force to us. Obi-Wan like is the representation of the guide, our guide through the Force in A New Hope. And so, but again, like obviously she says it's binary sunset. It's also known as binary sunset. We use it for Luke too. Like it's used for Luke. And so I kind of feel like it could have been originally Obi-Wan's theme, but it could also just be like, we call it the Force theme. That could literally be what it just is, because it's just, that's like the representation of any representation of the Force in that movie. That's the music that plays along with it, you know? So
Either way, I'm so glad she shared that with us, because that's very
super
interesting
cool
to think about. And she and Ash said that her favorite non-Star Wars John Williams score was specifically Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World, which is
that is
only
amazing.
it's only second to the original.
I gotta say, that is something real that's really interesting, because I never excuse me, wow.
Michael's
I never
dying and we can't see him.
you'll never know. I never think about the score to that movie, because I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but I don't think Jurassic Park Lost World is that good personally. But I actually y'all are gonna hate me. I actually really like the two new ones more than Lost World.
Oh, I love the new ones too.
Dude, I'm so pumped for Dominion. Like I can't wait.
Jinx,
But John Williams' score, I'm sure, is great, and it's always great. So I'm sure that is Ash. Honest to God, that I've never heard anyone say that's their favorite John Williams score. That's a great choice.
The Lost World encompasses the horror themes of Jurassic Park franchise very well, specifically in that movie. Like I want to go back and listen to it. Like it's like really good.
And I think in the new ones, Michael Giacchino does a fantastic job.
Wait, Giacchino does the new Jurassic Park movies?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a Michael Giacchino episode, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, dude, let's do it. I'm in. Okay, Michael Giacchino does a great job of alluding to the old ones, but then also writing great new ones. He does such a good job at it. But yeah, that's totally Michael Giacchino. Okay. Curry says Arkansas Wi-Fi for the win. I have full Wi-Fi right now. I don't know. I have full signal. Let's try it again. Let's just see what happens. Let's try it again. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Why? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. Back off. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Jackson says, I thought you were a male model, Max Rebo.
I'm a hand model like in Zoolander. Look at that.
A hand model. Ash, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read those.
But I did nearly spit out my water laughing.
Yeah, I did too, but I'm not going to read those. Okay. Curry says, and you know what? I'm going to use that in just a second to segue us into our next section here. And we can't stay too long because we're already at an hour. But Ash says first, Williams scored the original Obi-Wan Kenobi as played by Alec Guinness with a theme that became better known as that of the Force. The belief of the Jedi Knights, as the composer explained in 1977. Man, okay. Ash,
can you send me?
Can you? Yeah. I was gonna say, can you please
send that on Twitter?
Yeah, like, or tell us, yeah, on Twitter or whatever. Just somehow let us know where this info is, because this sounds super interesting. I believe you 100%, but I want to read more. That's super cool. I honestly, and I'm a big fan of like all the documentaries I can watch of this stuff. I did not know that. So awesome. Thank you for that info, Ash.
I love that.
Curry has something, and he's going to segue us into what we're doing next. So he says, just in case I can't stay, some of my favorite tracks off of the top of my head. And we're going to, oh goodness, he really goes for it here. Curry says, Duel of the Fates, Battle of the Heroes, Anakin's Betrayal, Anakin's Dark Deeds, I think, Across the Stars, the main theme, Binary Sunset, Imperial March, the Sith theme, and the credits theme. Too many to choose, guys. Yeah, I mean, seriously, rest in peace. That is, all of those are iconic, and that's just his that's just some of his best Star Wars ones. There are others that I could list, but you kind of hit a lot of big ones there, Curry. Man, yeah. Okay, so let's
Can we talk about Across the Stars real quick?
uh
Because not everybody in the chat knows this. Across the Stars was in my wedding.
yes.
I had a track from Star Wars in mine and my wife's wedding ceremony, and I still don't know to this day how I talked anybody into being okay with it, other than how beautiful that score is. And it's not overly Star Wars. I mean, it is, but at the same time, it just sounds so beautiful and elegant. So I'll take a picture later of like our wedding or like day of the wedding program, and at the bottom of it on the track listing for like the ceremony music, John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra, Across the Stars.
So, dude, I love that you did that. I can't believe it. It's so cool. Honestly.
Holly just texted me and said, "Our ceremony."
Our ceremony.
I said our wedding. I said that. I guess I'm like,
dude, what the
screaming.
heck?
We have a
You
small
and
house.
Curry are so much better nerds, such better nerds than me. Curry says, "Bro, that's awesome. We got married on Star Wars Day. My wife and her sister's idea. We exited to the main theme. We did a lightsaber duel at the end with Duel of the Fates."
Curry didn't get to see this. Speaking of lightsabers,
Curry, check this out, dude.
this is heckin' bright. Like, look at that. Ooh. Sorry. Like, yeah. I've already done this 3 times tonight, but it's awesome. That's metal. That's real. That's legit.
Dude, it's so sick. I can't, like, I'm like super jealous, honestly.
I'm gonna make us a video for like the social media pages later, like using it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a TikTok, and that's probably the best way for me to make a video, but I don't want to cross over to the dark side.
Jackson says what you said earlier about the 2 sons, just the music / scene alone brings so much emotion. Dude, yeah, Binary Sunset. That honestly, like, when you think Star Wars music, there's a couple of things you think about. For me, obviously Imperial March is one of them. It's like super iconic, and it's just one
super
of the
ubiquitous too.
Everyone knows that one. The other one is Binary Sunset. Like when I obviously I personally have some that I might even like more. But like when you think about Star Wars and the emotion of it, this Binary Sunset is the perfect Star Wars score. And that scene where Luke is looking into the twin suns is absolutely, well, first of all, it's bad for your eyes, but second of all, it's also it really does make me emotional every time it happens. So
it's the most, I would say it's the most emotion inducing score in all of Star Wars, just about, especially when they murdered us by putting it in The Last Jedi.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the mirror of it, like the mirror image of it, which is actually in our logo. Actually, in our logo.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of which, where is that?
I don't know.
There it is. Got it.
Yay, there it is.
There it is. Let's see here.
I've been insulted by Ash once.
Yeah, Ash, come on. This is not nice.
Not only am I married, but I got lucky and I'm married way up. So,
and boom. Also she married way up, bro. You're a good looking dude. Stop it. Ash says, I have a TikTok that just crossed 500 followers tonight. Yes, I'm bragging.
That's
hey,
a good accomplishment.
Congrats. Absolutely. Hey, let us know. I don't have TikTok, but put your TikTok in there and I'll share it. You might get, 1 or 2 more because there's not a ton of people in here.
Tic-tac-toe. Apparently Star Wars is huge on TikTok. It's like the only reason I've ever considered doing it.
Honestly, there are a lot of there's a lot of people on Star Wars TikTok, and apparently Star Wars TikTok is pretty fun. So one of these days I'll get over there. One of these days. Jack says it's an alien planet. The sun doesn't have the same effect. I don't know. Are you sure? Like, Like, look at what it did to Obi. Look at how it aged Obi-Wan.
This isn't Star Trek. We don't care about the science.
Like, I mean, like, if you're thinking about the science, think about how much Obi-Wan has aged in such a short time. Like,
He's gonna turn into an alcoholic during
yeah,
his time on Tatooine, which I don't know. We already saw Obi-Wan. I think he might have already been an alcoholic. I don't know.
maybe we. Oh man, I don't want to see Obi-Wan as an alcoholic, but we know he does like a good drink.
It'll be like Anchorman. Blue milk was a bad choice.
Blue milk was a bad choice.
I'm about to make a meme of that. Blue milk was a bad choice and put Obi-Wan's face on it.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do that after the podcast.
Curry, I know you must be kidding, but I don't know, maybe he's not. Curry says they murdered Luke too. I don't know who murdered Luke when Luke sacrificed himself to save the ones he loves, became the symbol of hope in the galaxy again. Did they murder him or did he sacrifice himself? Because I'm pretty sure he sacrificed himself. Just a question, Curry.
Carrie.
Jack says, didn't we all marry up, Drew? Yes, we did.
Most everybody I know did. So, part of an elite club.
Okay, Ash says, ahem, Naboo parade theme equals Palpatine theme, just cheery. Yeah, I've actually, I actually need to go back and listen to that, but I've heard that several times that the Palpatine theme is this super minor and like really like somber kind of a melody, but the Naboo parade theme, which I love, by the way, is like just the major version of it. And
Augie's Great Municipal Band.
Yeah, that one. Which that's actually one of my favorite pieces from The Phantom Menace. I absolutely love it. The I love it so much. She says symbolism that the good guys won, but Palp still won. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's great. Yeah,
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Very, very well said, Ash. The symbolism that the good guys won, but Palp still won. That's great. That's actually really well said.
Call an ambulance.
But Fulcrum Entertainment. What's up, y'all? Yeah, we were on their show a couple of weeks ago. They thought that your line was great, Drew. Blue milk was a bad choice.
I'm making that meme later.
Curry, get out of here with that, man. I know he's kidding.
I'm fighting him when he comes to Arkansas in a few weeks. I'm going to fight you, Curry.
Oh my gosh. Jack says both of you singing these scores is the best part of this podcast. Hey, listen, we got more coming. We got more coming. Drew, we've just gone through the chat. We spent a lot of time in the chat there. When you think of just what are a couple of your favorite Star Wars John Williams scores? I know obviously Across the Stars has a big place in your heart, but like other than that.
So one that isn't loved enough that I listen to very frequently is the Jedi Steps from The Force Awakens.
Ooh, good call.
When Rey arrives on Octo, and it's like that. It's like very soft. I don't. I can't sing that one very well, but it's very like sweeping and mysterious, and it's just. And then it has the Force theme at the very end when Luke turns around, and the big swell for the end credits, and it is just boom. Let's see. Grievous has a very good theme in Star Wars. It's very exciting.
Yes.
I don't know why exciting was the first one I thought of, but it's very like it's kind of like a military march nearly, which I really love that. But they don't call it the Grievous March because that would suck.
The Grievous
Honestly. I mean, I'm gonna say some of the classics, Duel of the Fates. Another good one is the kind of the Trade Federation theme. And like there's one track from the Phantom Menace called like the Droid Invasion, and it's got the drums. It's like dun, 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 dun. It's really good, and then it kind of swells into like the strings and the the brass and everything like that. That's a really good one. There's so many good ones.
Yeah, there really
Empire, the Asteroid Field.
Yes,
the Asteroid Field score is really good. Return of the Jedi, like the sail barge battle.
Yes,
and also the music that swells whenever Luke goes bananas and starts like Apache, like just like chopping over the head of Vader and like screaming. Um, and Victory Celebration from Return of the Jedi is probably the second place emotional
Curry,
inducing
did you hear
music for
that?
me.
Curry, did you hear that? Not Yub Nub.
Not Yub Nub.
Victory Celebration, the
I
special
mean,
edition, is do 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 do.
and then the Ewoks start singing along.
Yep. Where he uses the helmets as the drums. Come
That is
on,
so
dude.
great.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And then March of the Resistance too, from the sequel
Yes.
trilogy.
Yes.
That one's I mean the Rebel Alliance never had a really cool theme song, but like the March of the Resistance is really cool, and Kylo's theme is top. I mean, everything's top tier in Star Wars. That pyramid would just fall over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a bad theme in Star Wars other than Yub Nub. Ha! Had to say it.
Hey, Curry does have a point though. Victory Celebration is a generic name in and of itself, but I think Yub Nub is actually a better title. Like that's a great title, except that it does totally speak to just the Ewok side of things and not the global side of things. So to me, dude, Victory Celebration is just so good. It's just the best. Yeah. So Ryan Travis, welcome, says
Ryan
John
is
Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
John Williams, GOAT. What's up, dude?
Ryan is the host of the Question at Hand podcast.
Okay,
that I
what's
was
up,
a
man?
guest of last night. So we talked actually a little bit about John Williams and scores and stuff last night. So it was pretty
Nice.
fresh on the mind. Well, Star Wars music is always fresh on the mind. I probably listen at least once a day. So
yeah, dude.
guilty.
Well, welcome, Ryan. Welcome to the podcast.
Very glad to have you.
So dude, let me try this one more time. Let's just see if it's fixed. Nope, still frozen. I don't know what's going on.
Ash just put one in the chat that I saved for you. That is one of my favorites, but I saved it for you because I know it's one of yours.
Hold on. What is she? Where'd it go? Oh, Kylo and Rey's. Oh,
Rey's
mirror
theme is.
Oh, Rey's theme, dude, is the best theme of the sequel trilogy. Like, yep, so good.
Yeah.
Fulcrum Entertainment has it right. Victory Celebration is better than Yub Nub.
Yub Nub is iconic. I'll give it to you, Curry. I just think what they replaced it with was better.
A little strong.
I'm just being nice.
So for me, there are some that are just obvious, right? Like there's going to be some that you can't not talk about. You got Duel of the Fates. You have Binary Sunset. You have Imperial March. You have March of the Resistance. I agree with that. Rey's theme is my favorite of the sequel trilogy. Battle of the Heroes. There's so much, like you said, the asteroid part on Empire. So for me, Across the Stars for me is absolutely one of my favorite pieces of music, period. But Star Wars in particular, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is. We were talking earlier about this stuff, and Josh Mesker, our co-host, said it perfectly. He said, "Across the Stars is actually the most beautiful." Basically, he said it's the most beautiful, romantic, sweeping music, and it is more romantic than the actual execution of the story of the love story of Anakin and Padme. And I think the love story is very important to the story. I think I do think there are elements that really work, but in general, I do agree it's not all executed very well. The music is more romantic than the actual love story itself, and I agree. I think that's exactly right.
You know who had a cool theme that we don't talk about a lot because he has a cool new one? That's Boba Fett's original theme music.
What is?
Some people don't even know what it sounds like.
I don't know what it sounds like.
It's like do 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 do.
Oh,
do. It's that one. That's like Boba's.
Is that Boba's theme, or is that just music that was playing while Boba was walking?
I think it was. I think they kind of dedicated it to being his theme over
I would be
time.
interested in that and checking that out actually, because
Yeah, it's at
I
least what
remember the
plays on
music.
like on Star Wars Battlefront when you play as Boba Fett. That's the music that starts playing. So
Okay, well that maybe
you know,
I'm wrong. There you go.
yeah, it's very very good. I like it, and
So
I know one that you also really like that I know you want to talk about.
you probably do. Maybe I'm about to say it right now.
Okay, I'll let you say it
Which one
first.
is it?
It involves a casino.
Wait. Oh, Canto Bite?
Yeah,
Yeah, Rose's
Roses,
theme. Yeah.
Roses like Jurassic Park theme. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Boom, 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 ba, ba, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's so good. I love that theme. Um, but what I really want to talk about, and actually Curry did put this in his list. This is one that does not get enough love for me.
Jedi
Um,
rocks.
it is one that, you know, when people list their favorite Star Wars songs, they don't I rarely see this one listed, even though to me, when by the way, y'all, Ben, my brother, for those who don't know, Ben and I actually started the A Certain Point of View podcast, and before he left the podcast, we did this episode. We did a John Williams tribute episode. It was 3 hours long, and it was we went all out for this episode. Honestly, it was amazing. Y'all can still go check it out. It's still on the feed. I would love for y'all to go check it out. It's really fun. But we talk about this piece in depth because honestly, this is a piece that for me is not talked about enough. And it is literally, this is not just one of my favorite Star Wars pieces of music. This is one of my favorite pieces of music that I've ever heard. And it's tragic but it's so beautiful at the same time. Curry is right on the money here. He knows what I'm talking about. He says, Anakin's betrayal, please. Yes. I hear a lot of people talk about Anakin's dark deeds, and for good reason. Anakin's dark deeds is amazing. But Anakin's betrayal is absolutely heartbreaking, absolutely gorgeous. And it, like I said, I don't hear people talk about it quite enough. Ash says, who left the podcast? So, Ash, my brother started this podcast with me right around the time the first season of The Mandalorian came out. We started this podcast, and it was just me and him. And then as the podcast grew and our we started this Facebook group and all that, Drew got more involved. But then the podcast shifted to what it is now when Ben had to not do the podcast anymore. He needed to step away. And so the podcast just had to kind of shift into what it is now, which is, I mean, now we got me, we got Josh, we got Drew, we got Curry, and we got Jess, who are all admins in our Facebook group on Facebook. So, and I mean, it's a different vibe now. It is a different podcast now, but honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world, man. I'm really loving it. But yeah, that's what happened. No one left just recently. That's just Ben left probably I don't know, like 9 to 12 months ago. I'm honestly kind of fuzzy on the timeline now, but
Just about, yeah.
before the Bad Batch episodes, Ben left right before that, around that time. But anyway, so back to the music here. Y'all, if you have not listened to Anakin's Betrayal, just go listen to that. Pop in the pop in like it's a CD. Pull up the the Revenge of the Sith score and just put that track on. It is
Emotional damage.
oh my gosh, seriously. So yeah, Rey's theme, The Scavenger, is for me one of my favorites from the sequels. Also, The Spark, which is in The Last Jedi. That one is near the end, pretty much where Luke walks into the cave
Oh man.
and sees Leia and all that stuff. That kind of that whole area. The Spark is so good. And then goodness, man. I mean, we could just go on, but like, one that doesn't get enough, that doesn't, like, nobody ever talks about, but actually has, and I couldn't hum it to you. It just has surprisingly good music, but I could not hum it to you right now. Watto's Deal. It's in It's on the Force Awakens. I'm sorry, the Force Awakens. It's on the Phantom Menace. And Watto's deal is this music, while it sounds kind of funny, but like it's actually music that plays while Anakin is talking to his mom and Qui-Gon. And it is actually this like beautiful music. It just has an unfortunate title that no one wants to listen to. And so go listen to Watto's deal too. It got surprisingly good music there. Man, and I mean, goodness gracious, Binary Sunset, can't go wrong there.
Jedi
The
rocks.
last Jedi rocks, yes.
Probably the most fun John Williams ever had with a piece. I'm sorry. I'll
probably.
That's all I got.
A New Hope, the last battle, the trench run. I always think about the tension that John Williams builds with the music right here, with like, especially at the end when they're about to fire, the Death Star is about to fire, and but Luke also fires, and there's this music where everything's coming to a head, and it's like, what's going to happen? The drums are just like like this like really great triplet kind of a feel. It's so good. It's so tense. And I always like it always brings that level of tension and intensity there. And it always blows my mind how much that music adds to that scene. John Williams is the master at that. So, man, I could talk and talk and talk about more and more. You guys have all said some of my other favorites. Obviously, Duel of the Fates is amazing. Obviously, the finale is amazing. Like the Imperial March is amazing. Leia's theme is beautiful. There's so much, but as we kind of start to wrap it up here, and we'll get back to the chat for a minute. But as we wrap it up, man, we're just so lucky to have lived in a time where John Williams was the prominent composer in Hollywood. Some of the classic movies, some of the best movies of all time, honestly wouldn't have been the best movies of all time without him. Like, honestly, George Lucas credits and Steven Spielberg both credit John Williams for so much of their success. And it's not for, they're not just saying that. Like, I know for sure, like, George Lucas did not have much hope in A New Hope, in Star Wars, when it was nearing the end. It wasn't what he wanted it to be. But John Williams, when he heard the score that John Williams had, it kind of changed things. And John Williams changed this history of cinema with Star Wars. Honestly, he really did. So, man, I'm just so excited that I cannot believe we're getting even another like small snippet of music from John Williams in Star Wars. It's just mind-boggling. I'm so happy. Drew, do you have any other thoughts on any of that before we go back to the chat here?
Yeah, I know we talk about Jaws with John Williams a lot, and we always think about but the original Jaws has some other just legendary music to it, like some of the chase scenes that they have. There was one that I posted about and I like to talk about where they used it in Rebels in the scene where they were fishing for that big Mongo, whatever, that big monster, and it was Rex and the other clones on the walker. And it was like straight out of Jaws, and they even had the old clone walker kind of like decorated like the orca off of Jaws. That Jaws is an incredible movie, but the music puts it absolutely over the top. Like, if it just had basic run of the mill 1970s like soundtrack to it, or even like a musical soundtrack that was like bands, like if like the Rolling Stones and the Eagles are playing in the background of Jaws, it obviously wouldn't be the same. And that's just another example, one of those movies
like
that
Back in Black or something.
it's like You know, they're on the boat. Now this would actually work perfectly. They're on the boat, and it's the chumming scene in Jaws, and it's like, "It's another tequila sunrise" by the Eagles. That actually fits because there's no music in that scene, and then
Isn't
also
it
that pops up
crazy
out of
how
nowhere.
much music can change a scene completely?
The best scene, it like went viral. It was when the opening of Return of the Jedi, when Vader's coming off the transport shuttle, and it's playing "True" by Spandau Ballet.
I don't, dude. Music is just the best. Like it really is. You think about what Star Wars would be like with no music. Like
Explosions.
it,
Like a
it would
Michael
be
Bay movie.
it would be hilarious. Like picture how lame it would be without the music that we have. And it, like you said, dude, like what if it had some sort of like classic rock vibe? That would be so lame comparatively.
Not be the
John,
same at
so
all.
thankful for John Williams and his contribution to Star Wars, especially when you talk about it like this.
Also, Han's theme. It was only really used in Empire Strikes Back.
Having a hard time placing it.
I can't really hum it that good, but it was whenever he's already frozen in carbonite and they're like escaping Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really Han's theme, but it's the only music that I really like kind of line up as Han's theme because once again, Star Wars Battlefront 2, whenever you play as Han on the multiplayer, that's the music that starts playing. So I just kind of associate them together. But the kind of the escape from Cloud City music also top tier. Everything in Star Wars is top tier, like we said.
Dude, also I forgot to mention Yoda's theme. It's so good.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Oh, and the music when they're swimming in the swamp to Otagunga, and it's like Harry Potter. It's like straight up the Harry Potter-esque music.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
So good.
Oh man. Honestly, okay, y'all. I don't know if this is a hot take or if it's not. But when Ben and I did that episode about John Williams, we listened through every score of the 9 movies. We listened through all 9 movies. And what I determined, at least like for my personal taste, is that honestly, I think the prequels had the best scores of the entire saga. And I was shocked to find that because honestly, I knew the music was good, but like if you just listen to the music and then even if you like watch the movie and listen to the music that's going on during what's happening, John Williams goes to another level in the prequels. And he what I love too is, we always talk about the prequels as this big like operatic, this is like really a space opera, Shakespearean, like this big really tragic story, and it's super like it is a space opera. It is really tragic. John Williams adds something that he did not really use at all in the original trilogy, and that is choir. The choir stuff that he puts into the prequel trilogy scores takes it to another level, and it's just an entirely different feel. And by the way, that stuff does not show up in the sequels either. Like it really is. It's like they definitely intentionally chose that this era needs this choir to give it this grandiose, epic feel. And it really, oh my gosh, what it adds to tracks like Anakin's betrayal, Anakin's dark deeds, Duel of the Fates, like all of this stuff that's like really tragic. It adds so much to the to what the feel of those movies is.
Kind of like the Gregorian throat chanting from the space opera scene in the space opera, the Darth Plagueis the Wise scene.
Yes,
the like weird throat singing that I'm not gonna do here, but
yeah,
I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah,
this is gonna be a great part for the audio listeners.
Yeah, these people are gonna be driving in their car, like, what's going on here? Oh, wow.
But yeah, dude, and Curry agrees. He says, I agree on the prequel trilogy music, but the original made it all possible. So it's hard. Obviously, that's true. Like it did, but at the same time, if I'm just listening to the music, and that's what we did, right? That's kind of like that's what we did when Ben and I did that episode. We just listened to the music, and when you just listen, it is kind of another experience. It does take you into the movie, but man, I don't know, like just right now, as is, just listening to the music on its own, the score and the intricacies of the music of the prequel trilogy, the depth, the sorrow, the tragedy that is evident in that music, and the joy, like even the like Ash said, the Palpatine, like the inverting of the Palpatine theme, making it positive sounding, but really in actuality it's not. That music is super joyful. Like I love that theme. It's so fun and so happy and obviously futile. Like they did not actually win. But I even the happy stuff is just so good. And like you said, the music where they're going into the Gungan city down in the water. So great. So I don't know. Prequel trilogy has possibly, I might say it is the best music of the saga personally. So I don't know, man.
Ooh, I mean, you have an argument.
It's hard to say though. It's hard to. It's almost like sacrilege, right?
You can say
I
it's at
feel
least on the
weird.
same level as the original trilogy for sure. I mean, as the kids say, John Williams was in his bag.
He was. He really was.
The man was in his bag for sure.
He was.
Oh,
So Ash says, ahem. The Han Solo theme is I'm feeling like a star. You can't stop my shine. I'm loving Cloud City. My head's in the sky. I'm Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Wait, is that a song that she's quoting? Or is that
it must be, but all I can think of is my backpack has jets. I'm Boba the Fett. That's all I can think of.
Oh my god. I don't Ash, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm old. I don't know what song that might is. If it's a song, I don't know what it's supposed. If it isn't already a song. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Curry says it's from Connect Star Wars. Okay, so I don't know I don't know.
I'm gonna go look that up because I've heard it once and it's quite something.
Yeah, okay. Jackson also says the same things from Connect.
I never had a Connect.
I didn't either. That's why I don't know it. That makes sense. I was like, is that a song? Am I too old for this? I don't know. Probably yes.
Am I too old? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I think, let's see. I think, oh, Ash did say back here, Padme's ruminations, please, or ruminations, ruminations. Padme's ruminations.
Padme does have some incredible music.
Yeah, that is
her
a
character
very
in the
good
prequels.
track. For sure.
I have a prop for one of her other comments about one of her other favorite scores.
Is it Sails barge off the barge?
Yeah, the Return of the Jedi part.
Yeah.
When Luke jumps off the barge, grabs a plank, and flips up to catch a saber and goes like this. And just stares at it and smiles because it's this beautiful new lightsaber. Sorry.
That's exactly what happens.
You knew I was going to do it.
Yeah, I did. I knew exactly what's going to happen. Okay. Ash says, I never had a Connect and I know it. Yeah, I don't. Okay, good for you. I don't know how I'm supposed to know it and not have a Connect.
You're just better than us tonight on that.
Any final thoughts on John Williams? Doing this and or just anything you want to talk about John Williams wise before we go?
John Williams to me is what Betty White was to most people. Okay. Everyone loved Betty White, was obsessed with Betty White. You know which old man I'm obsessed with? That sounded wrong. John Williams.
I know what you mean.
Like I said, like Star Wars would not be what Star Wars is without John Williams. And I said this while you were gone. John Williams had I'm using a sports term, Hall of Fame. John Williams had a Hall of Fame career without Star Wars. He also had one exclusively with Star Wars.
Yeah. As you know, people talk about Tom Brady and how he's had 3 Hall of Fame careers.
I nearly said that.
Yeah, but like if you separated his career into 3 parts, it would each of those parts would be enough to get into the Hall of Fame separately.
Yeah,
That's what
truly.
John Williams is with movie scores.
I
Absolutely.
hope my friend Ryan doesn't hear me agreeing to that because he hates Tom Brady. Sorry, Ryan.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Ryan
Oh
can
wait,
get over it.
Ryan's not seen Star Wars. I don't know.
What?
He's one of my best friends and he's never seen Star Wars.
Ouch.
We struggle. We struggle with it. I don't know. I'm hanging out with him tomorrow night. Maybe I'll just like give him my movies and say, go watch these.
Jackson said audio people going to be so confused with that part.
You're missing out on some physical comedy here.
Listen, Jackson, it's called editing. I do edit these pretty significantly when we do live streams for sure. So you'll it'll be better for you audio people. Don't worry. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for me, man, I'm just so happy to get more John Williams, however we can get it. I can't believe it's real. This show could not come soon enough. What are we? Like it's almost the end of February. We basically have 3 months, right? So this honestly is the Star Wars that I'm looking forward to the most. And I'm looking forward to Andor very much. I'm looking forward to obviously the Mandalorian very much. The Bad Batch, Ahsoka. I have a lot of things that I am looking forward to in Star Wars coming up. But I'm really excited that we're going to get something. And listen, I'm a big Jon Favreau fan. I'm a big Dave Filoni fan. I love both of those guys. But I am really excited to get something on Disney Plus that's a live action show that is not helmed by and written by those guys. I am ready for Obi-Wan. I'm ready for Andor. Those are different writing teams, different directing teams. Deborah Chow has the reins on Obi-Wan, and I just cannot tell you, I'm so excited for it.
I have a last-minute fan submission.
Yeah?
My lovely wife, Holly, wanted to share that she loves Grogu's theme music.
Tell Holly that I do too, and it especially in episode 6 of Book of Boba Fett this season, like there is the na, 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 when they're like when he's like hopping on the rocks and stuff. His theme is so good, and it's grown more complex as the show has gone on, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Just as his character and connection to the Force has. Double
exactly.
chef hands. It
started off as just kind of a synth, like a synth doing it just by itself. And I absolutely love the progression of that theme. And now when he's training with Luke, it's much more complex. It's much more grand sounding. It's so good. Tell Holly I'm completely with her. I completely agree. And I love that she brought that up. Ash has a few here. She says, audio people need to be used to me breaking the show at least once a week. I do leave some of your stuff in there, Ash, just not all of it.
That used to be my job. Wrecking the show and the live stream used to be my job.
It's true. And it honestly, you still do when you're not, when you're in the live stream.
When we're not live streaming and we're just like recording, Michael has to edit out at least 3 minutes of my shenanigans. I promise you. And apparently
it's not just you. We all have shenanigans.
And me and Jess really feed off the shenanigans together, so it's dangerous.
It's true. It's true. It is dangerous.
So do me and Curry. Me and Curry really. Oh, Godzilla got brought up. Let's derail the entire recording.
Good. Yeah, I will be editing that out. Ash says, "Can we talk about the Batman next week?" Okay, so here's something interesting, and I would be, I'm torn here. We have never done episodes that are. We've never done any episode of any of this that is not Star Wars focused. Obviously, we get on tangents and we talk about other things for sure, but because we don't just love Star Wars, we love a whole bunch of this stuff. But we've never devoted an episode to like the biggest new MCU movie or the new Batman movie or whatever. We've never done that before. But here's the thing, though, Drew. Tell me what you think about this. I don't know. I don't even know. I might edit this out. We'll see. But me, you, Curry, and Josh are all seeing this movie together. I mean, should we do something for the Batman? I don't know.
I don't see why we couldn't. I mean, we are going to be planning an in-person roundtable live stream the day after we go see it together. I mean, it's possible it could be brought up.
Here's what I will guarantee, Ash. I don't guarantee a spoiler discussion on the Batman, but I guarantee part of the episode that we do as a group together when we're all in the same room we will talk about the Batman to some degree. Like, we will talk about our thoughts on it. Because I don't think Jess is not going to be able to make it, because Jess lives up in Northwest Arkansas, and she's not going to be able to make it down for that. But I think she is going to be able to make it down the next day for when we all hang out together. So she just can't come that night. So we won't go into spoiler conversation with it if with Jess there, but we will talk about it to some degree. Ash, I don't know how we could all go to that movie and not talk about it to some degree. So it'll happen on some level for sure.
For sure. I'm dying for sure.
Jack says only 3 minutes. Lol.
Yeah, I desaturate, not exaggerate. I really played it down.
Desaturate?
Desaturate. It's the opposite of exaggerating, exaggerate. I exaggerate. I'm sure I've derailed far more than 3 minutes, but maybe that's the career average, because some weeks I'm on good behavior.
Who hasn't?
Some weeks. Just very few.
Let's see here. Yeah, again, I'm not gonna read that, Ash. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have a chuckle, but
yeah. Let's see here. Ash, oh my gosh. I can't read any of these. You have to stop. I don't know if you know this, but this is actually we don't really this is a kind of a family kind of podcast. Like, we might get a little carried away now and then, but we don't live there. I'm not going to read all these comments. I'm sorry. So let's see. Okay. I think we're good. Jack did say you just made that word up, and I think he did. He absolutely did.
Word.
But Drew, dude, thank you so much for joining me on this night where we could just literally, guys, we did not prepare for this episode. This is literally me and Drew being like, hey, should we we need to do an episode tonight just to talk about John Williams, because I felt bad that we didn't do a celebration for his 90th birthday. And we had this big news today. We just had to talk John Williams tonight. But I did want to do something with him involved. So I texted the group. Drew's the only one that could do it, but we really don't have notes. I had some old notes from that old episode with Ben, but we're not talking about all that stuff. So
my legendary notepad is not here tonight.
Yeah. We just are kind of flying it by, we're just kind of winging it here. And so, we're normally a little more organized than this, but
wait a minute. Didn't we do a 2-hour Return of the Jedi episode, just me and you?
We did. And we talked about how we literally just talked about why Return of the Jedi is an awesome movie for 2 hours.
No, it was random. I think you texted me 20 minutes before we started recording, and I said, totally.
Yeah, we've done a couple of these at this point. And honestly, we're pretty good at it. I mean, I maybe a little disorganized for sure, but dude, the Return of the Jedi episode is a great episode. I really love that conversation.
Both of them. Yeah. The one me, you, and Ben, my first ever appearance on the show.
That's true. You were just our Return of the Jedi guy.
Truly.
At that point. Jackson said, I forgot one. Zam Wessel,
Oh
Attack of the
yes.
Clones music, unless you said it already. We did not.
That whole when they're like the chasing the Coruscant, it's incredible.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Good call. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent call. Sometimes in all of this, I do forget some of the, I always think of the big anthems that Star Wars has, but you forget just some of the great action sequences that John Williams has written music to. So and how much better the music makes those action sequences. So good call there on that one. Ash says, "Look, the Jess ones were legit accidents. The prom night one is one of my go-tos."
I mean,
and I get it. But yeah, Drew, thank you so much, dude, for coming on last minute. This was fun, disorganized, but a lot of fun. Honestly, we were, like I said at the beginning, we were going to have a night off. We are going to have the week off this week since Boba Fett is over and all that. But like, apparently I just can't take a week off. So this was just
the
fun.
Force has willed this.
Yeah.
I've had a busy
WHILL.
day too. So this was like a perfect way to wind down from it. I stopped working on like stuff for the day, probably about 20 minutes before I jumped on the stream with you.
It's relaxing, is it not? Like
Truly.
I genuinely just love doing this.
I told Ryan and the guys on that podcast last night, this is how I don't go postal and like beat somebody with a lunch tray. It's like content creation, talking about Star Wars, doing the Godzilla, the Monster Island Lore Seeker channel,
yeah,
just anything like that, and just chatting with my friends about Star Wars. We usually have at least one or two messages in our little admin group podcast chat about every day about something.
yeah, we do. And gosh, seriously, I was talking earlier about Ben and like, how we started this podcast. It was just us two. He went on, he's just his interest, he's just doing other things right now. Everything is good. Me and Ben are great. He's my brother. But the show just had to change directions, and honestly what it's become is just friends talking about Star Wars. And I genuinely just love that, and I look forward to it every single week with you and Jess and Curry and Josh. Like, I genuinely just I look forward to it every single week. So man, it's just great. I love what we get to do. So guys, if you have made it all the way through tonight with us, thank you so much.
Kudos to you.
Seriously, I don't know how you did, but thank you. Go follow us if you don't already follow us on Twitter at certain_POV pod. I'm very active over there, probably to a fault. Follow us on Instagram. Jessica does our Instagram, and she's great at it, at certain point of view pod. And go join our Facebook group, a certain point of view discussion group. It is just a great place where you can, talk about your favorite Star Wars stuff. You can say your opinion and people respect it. And it is a great place to talk Star Wars where you can just be you. And yeah, I think, am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. One more comment from Ash. Oh, doesn't look forward to Ash. I see how it is. Time for more dirty jokes.
We love our fans.
We love our fans. I just thanked you all so much. I don't know if Ash would. Are you a fan?
Listen. I was about to tell Michael this when the stream ended. We've had amazing response and people chatting for a stream that we decided to do in like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been
like 2 hours. So like, thank you all for being part of this. This was
absolutely.
It feels very organic when we do it this way. Just a little interaction here or there. It's a lot of fun, and you get to hear your name and a comment read on a podcast. So
yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed the switch up of moving to live streams. I really do enjoy it. Not sure if we'll do it for every single episode. We'll see going forward, but I really do genuinely enjoy doing this. It's really fun. Jackson says, good indeed. Good. And Ash says, my back hurts from carrying this stream. She actually said something earlier. I forgot to read it. I wanted to really bad, but I scrolled past it on accident. But she said something earlier about how she's not surprised that Jess isn't here tonight because her back hurts from carrying this show. Honestly, Ash, You're not wrong. We miss Jessica tonight.
She is a pillar of this show.
She is a pillar. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Go follow us, like I said, on those social medias. Please subscribe to the podcast if you haven't. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, may the force be with you always.